Here is your content translated into English, keeping the tone strong, natural, and engaging. There is a truth no one ever teaches you in school. It's not in textbooks, not in moral lessons, and almost no one says it out loud. Because if they did, it would sound cold, calculated, even lacking humanity. Yet ironically, the people who truly succeed all understand this, silently. That truth is this: human beings do not act based on logic. They act on instinct first, and then use logic to justify it afterward. You think people choose you because you're capable? Not necessarily. They choose the person who makes them feel respected. You think people stay because of loyalty? Not necessarily. People stay as long as their benefits, especially emotional ones, are still being fulfilled. And when they leave, it's not always because they are bad. It's because circumstances have changed, and the human mind always follows circumstances. Understanding this doesn't make you pessimistic. It gives you a map, and the one who has the map rarely gets lost. Ancient wisdom teaches us this. A true observer of human nature does not look at the ideal human, but the real one. A human full of desire, anger, ignorance, jealousy, fear, pride, and the deep longing to be loved. From that, timeless, unwritten laws of human nature were formed, not to judge, but to see clearly. These laws are never written on boards, never openly taught. Yet they operate silently in every conversation, every relationship, every negotiation, and every moment you feel ignored or betrayed without knowing why. If you've ever been hurt like that, it's not because you were wrong, it's because you didn't have the map. Today, I won't promise you something easy to hear, but I promise you this. After this, you will see others differently, and more importantly, you will see yourself differently. Because understanding others always begins with the courage to understand yourself. That is where true wisdom begins. And now, let's begin with the first law. Law 1. The law of benefit, the core of all relationships. Ancient wisdom says, to use people well, you must first understand their direction. Once you understand it, guide them through benefit. When benefits align, people come together. When benefits disappear, they fall apart. That is the natural way of the world. At first, this may feel uncomfortable. It sounds cold, practical, almost against everything we were taught growing up. That relationships are unconditional, that friendship needs no benefit, that love is about giving without expecting anything back. But denying a rule doesn't make it disappear. It only makes you suffer without understanding why. The key lies in the word benefit. It is not just money, power, or status. Benefit is much deeper than that. It is the feeling of being respected, the sense of safety, the need to belong, to be heard, to be understood, to feel important. Friendship exists because it gives companionship. Love exists because it fulfills emotional needs. Even helping others gives you something real. The feeling that you matter. That doesn't make these things fake. It means they exist because they fulfill something real inside us. And when they no longer do, they change. Not because people are bad, because that is human nature. The biggest mistake people make is not having needs, but giving the wrong thing. Ancient wisdom says, the one who craves recognition is moved by recognition. The one who craves gain is moved by gain. The one who craves security is moved by security. Give the wrong thing, and even abundance becomes meaningless. You are giving people what you want to give, not what they truly need. A leader rewards an employee with money while that employee only wants recognition. They take the money, but still feel empty, and eventually they leave, while the leader wonders why. In relationships, one person gives material comfort, while the other only wants to be heard. The relationship breaks, not because of lack of love, but because love was given the wrong way. So how do you know what people truly need? Ancient wisdom does not tell you to ask directly, because most people don't even understand themselves. Instead, observe 3 things. First, what makes their eyes light up when mentioned? Not what they say matters, but what emotionally moves them. Second, What hurts or angers them when it's taken away? Their reaction to loss reveals more truth than their words. Third, what do they invest time and energy in without being asked? That is what they truly value. Put these three together, and you will see a person's true hunger, without them saying a word. Understanding this law is not about becoming cold or manipulative. It's about no longer being surprised by what is natural. And more importantly, learning to give the right thing to the people you truly care about. Because sometimes, relationships don't break due to lack of love, but because love was given without understanding what the other person truly needed. Law 2. The law of jealousy, a natural human instinct. Ancient wisdom says, people are happy with their own joy, but uncomfortable with the joy of others. This is not evil, it is instinct. Have you ever shared good news and received a smile that didn't quite reach the eyes? Have you ever succeeded and felt something subtly change around you? That is not random. That is the law at work. From primitive times, humans lived in scarcity. If someone had more, it meant you had less. Comparison, caution, even discomfort became survival instincts. Thousands of years later, society has evolved, but the human brain has not. That's why ancient wisdom teaches, hide your sharpness. If you show all your talent, people may try to bring you down. If you show all your wealth, people may try to take from you. This doesn't mean you should pretend to be weak. It means you must understand the invisible force that excellence creates around you. And here's something even more subtle. The strongest jealousy does not come from strangers, but from those close to you. Those who started where you started. Those who knew you before you changed. Because when strangers succeed, you can tell yourself, they're different. But when someone just like you rises ahead, comparison becomes unavoidable. And from comparison, jealousy flows naturally. Understanding this is not about distrusting people. It's about not being surprised by human nature and knowing how to move forward without creating unnecessary resistance. Law 3. The law of change. Ancient wisdom teaches there is no fixed human being. When circumstances change, the mind changes. When benefits change, attitudes change. Do not blame people for changing. It is natural. Humans are not static beings. We are adaptive by nature. When circumstances shift enough, people shift with them. The real problem is not change. It is the expectation that people should remain the same. If you want to understand someone, don't observe them when life is easy. Observe them when life is difficult. In comfort, everyone looks good. In hardship, truth is revealed. And the deeper truth is this: not only others change, you do too. Are you the same person you were 10 years ago? Do you still value the same things? The wise do not try to freeze people in time. They observe, adapt, and place their trust wisely. Because if you don't, circumstances will slowly shape you without you even realizing it.